Let's set up our Google Cloud environment for running cloud functions. If you're familiar with Google Cloud, or if you've done it already, then you can just skip this part. So we go to Google Cloud console. And then what we're going to do in the project picker up here, we are going to create a new project. Let's name it demo. And project is being created. Then inside of the project, we go to Cloud Functions. And there are no cloud functions yet. So let's actually set up our first cloud function here manually. This will automatically grant the required permissions, which otherwise we would have to set up manually. So we enabled required access to APIs. Take some time. And while we're doing this from the web interface of Google Cloud Console for the first time, I will also show how you would create and update cloud functions directly from your Visual Studio Code or Google Cloud command line. Okay, so we are choosing the function. Let's do second generation. The function name is Vonage SMS. We pick the region where it's going to be running. Let's do Europe. Important part, for now, we're going to allow authenticated invocations. So basically anyone who knows a URL for a cloud function will be able to call it. This is good for our testing and debugging, but later on we may want to adjust this. Because in production we don't want somebody to run a denial of service attack and send us a few millions of requests, which will be paying for the used cloud resources. Okay, we need a bit more APIs, fine, so we allow them. Okay. So, and we can edit the source code right here. We pick Python. And of course, it's not as nice and it's not really scalable for managing a larger software project, but for simple purposes, it would be just fine. So, for now, I'm going to keep the default code which Google provided for me, and I will just do a deploy. And then we will update that function from Visual Studio Code. It takes some time, from 10-15 seconds, for this function to be deployed, because what actually happens in the background, a container is built with the function inside of the container. That container is placed into Google Cloud Run. And later on, we'll be able to use this interface to monitor the functions, to access logs or function execution, and so on. Okay, so the build was done and now it's deploying the service. Okay, congratulations. We have our function running and it's available to follow in URL. So if we just open it, it produces our hello world. Okay, now let's work on putting the actual business logic inside that function, which should accept an API request from Add-on Mart, remap the parameters, and send the request to Vonage API.